And you listen. Nobody can hear me?
Ask them to start with each.
Would anyone know? And welcome to this 40th annual general meeting of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC. At this point, we will start the meeting with the national anthem. Thank you.
Tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Gentle and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our good shall be a simple and truth and justice reign. It's all battle, and this really comes day. Oh God, someone great with no man is on track.
Good morning, dear shareholders of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria. It is a great pleasure for me to be once again in front of you in this meeting. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this 48th annual general meeting of your great company, TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC. This is actually the first fully virtual meeting we are holding in line with the Business Facilitation Act 2022. The company secretary has confirmed that there is a quorum formed. I now declare the meeting open. As is our culture, before we proceed, I call on Said Gbadamosi of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC to give the safety moment. Said, please.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Mr. John Phillips Torres, the Board of Directors, the Managing Director, TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC, Mr. Wilfred Konde, the executive members, our honorable shareholders, business partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today's safety moment is on banditry and kidnapping. But before I proceed, for those that can unmute their mic, I want them to join me to recite our safety slogan on my count of 3. Join me, everyone, on my count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Safety for me, safety for you, considering security concern, kidnapping that we have in Nigeria, to navigate through this situation safely. So first and foremost is for us, we should learn to plan our travels safely. We should avoid going to high-risk areas, either during the daytime or night. We should use busy routes and ensure that we keep our vehicle door locked at all times. We should also share our movement with our very trusted contacts before we set out, and also to check in on them on our arrival. Let's stay aware and stay discreet. Watch surroundings, avoid displaying wealth or large sum of money. And we should learn to report suspicious activity immediately. During any incident, let's stay calm and prioritize our safety. The main message for today's safety moment will be vigilance and situational awareness saves lives. I wish us the best of AGM, and thank you all for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Said. Very clear and very important. There are 8 items on the agenda for this meeting requiring several resolutions, and you will be asked to consider each resolution. For the purpose of ensuring that everyone in this virtual meeting is able to hear and follow proceedings clearly, the meeting will be conducted using the available audio and visual conference tools. For the smooth conduct of the meeting, may I request that any member who wishes to speak should kindly signify by using the raise hand function or the chat feature. The host will then unmute the participant to speak. Upon being recognized, the member should please state his or her name before speaking. Also, where voting is required, participants are requested to indicate their vote using the designated voting feature to facilitate accurate collation of votes. Thank you very much in advance. I now introduce the directors and company secretary, Mr. Wilfred Konde, Mrs. Bunmi Popola Mordi, Mr. Emmanuel Moranfer, Miss Tejiro Ibru, Engineer Rufai Sirajo, Prince Dr. Jefferson Namani, Mr. Mathieu Go, and Mr. Mark Manock, the company secretary. I also have the pleasure to introduce members of your company's executive committee. We have engineer Maïdine Nouruddin, GM HSEQ, Mr. Bolaji Fajimi, GM Lubricants, Mr. Rabiu Abdul Muttalib, GM Operations, Mr. Abdullahi Umar, GM Retail and Cards, and Mrs. Veruche Nwagbara, GM Commercial. We also have with us Mr. Charles Atiomo, Special Assistant to the MD, Mr. Omotayo Hassan, the Renewable Explorer, and Mrs. Adesua Adewole, GM Country Services. In this meeting, we also have Mr. Cyril Adzobu and Mrs. Evelyn Ola Ajayi, representing the external auditors PricewaterhouseCoopers. We also have with us Mr. Akanji Taiwo, Chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee, and other shareholder members of the Statutory Audit Committee in person of Mr. Chewandu Achara and Chief Timothy Adesian. Also present at the meeting is the registrar, Mr. Raymond Akokota of Cardinal Stone Registers Limited, the Nigerian Stock Exchange Limited represented by Ms. Kelechi Adibe, the Securities Exchange Commission represented by Dr. Graham C. Omenka, and Mrs. Kemi Sagai representing the Corporate Affairs Commission. And I am Jean-Philippe Torres, your chairman. In compliance with Section 301 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, I have the register of directors here. Also, you will find a disclosure on page 24 of the annual report, the record of directors' attendance at the board meetings held in the preceding year. Before we proceed to the business on the agenda, I will call on the company secretary, Mr. Manock, to read the notice of the meeting. Mr. Manock, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. Good morning, our esteemed and very resilient shareholders, the chairman, board of directors, management, and staff of TotalEnergies Nigeria, Marketing Nigeria PLC, as the chairman and the members of the Statutory Audit Committee of this company, our external auditors, our very supportive regulators here present, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Notice of the annual general meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 48th annual general meeting of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC will hold virtually on Thursday, the 18th day of June 2026 at 10:30 a.m. to transact the following. Ordinary business. 1. To lay before the members for approval the financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2025 and receive the reports of the directors, auditors, and statutory audit committee. 2. To re-elect directors. 3. To appoint a director. 4. To disclose the remuneration of managers of the company. 5, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditors. And 6, to elect members of the Statutory Audit Committee. Special business. 1, to fix the remuneration of the non-executive directors. And 2, to renew the general mandate for related party transactions. At this point, may I seek the kind indulgence of our esteemed shareholders to take the notes as read. Thank you very much. By order of the board, Mark Namfang Manok, your company secretary, dated this 18th day of March 2026. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manok. My statement has already been circulated to you, dear shareholders. So with your kind permission, I would like it to be taken as read. Also, since the report of the directors has been circulated, we shall take it as read. I now call on the auditors to read their report. Please. Gentlemen. PwC auditors, please, the floor is yours. Mr. Adzobu. Mr. Adzobu and Mrs. Ola Ajayi. Would you please raise your hands? And unmute your mics, please.
Am I on mute?
Sorry, we can't see here our two auditors. Mr. Adzobu, could you please raise your hand? Someone has raised his hand. Dear shareholders, I'm very sorry for that, but I'm sure in a second we will find Mr. Adzobu. Could please our two auditors raise their hands in the system? One hand is running. And please unmute your mic. Sorry, dear auditor, dear shareholders, we are trying to connect the auditors. of PwC, but unfortunately, we can't see them here on the screen. Please unmute your
Chairman,
mic.
sir. Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Good
My
morning,
name is
sir.
Polani Gafar. Based on the fact that we cannot get
We are still trying to connect with PwC. Unfortunately, our two auditors haven't raised their hands, so we cannot connect them. Mr. Adzobu, please. Okay, that's fine. I think we have found Mr. Adzobu. We have found Mr. Adzobu. Please, Mr. Adzobu, if you could unmute your mic and then you are on. Please.
Good morning, Chairman. Sorry, I apologize. I've been traveling, just picked it up, the meeting notice this morning. I apologize for the lateness.
Okay, go ahead, please. We can't hear you anymore. Most likely your mic is off.
Well, the host, okay, I think the host is having a problem with muting. The host had muted me. Apologies. Just permit me to provide an abridged portion of our opinion for the audit of TotalEnergies marketing PLC's financial statements for the year ended 31 December 2025. We have concluded the audit and we have issued an opinion. In our opinion, the financial statements show a true and fair view of the company's annual reports for the year ended 31 December 2025. The financial statements comprise the statement of financial position, the statement of profit or loss, the statement of cash flows, and changes in equity, as well as the notes to the financial statements. Our statement, our opinion includes our responsibilities as well as the responsibilities of the directors. We continue to confirm our independence, and we state in our opinion the stages and the procedures that we carried out to arrive at our conclusion. As regards the requirements of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, as regard receipt of information required to be disclosed in the financial statements, access to people, we confirm that we have received all of these in our financial statements. Our opinion to the financial statements are in no way modified. Thank you. Signed on behalf of PricewaterhouseCoopers Surveillance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adzobu, for your report. Thank you very much, PwC, for the work done by yourself and your teams. Now, in accordance with the section 404, subsection 4 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, the Statutory Audit Committee carried out its duties as required on the accounts for the period ended 31st December 2025. I now call on the chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee, Mr. Akanji Taiwo, to read the committee's report. Please, Mr. Taiwo, the floor is yours. So we can't see you. Could you please raise your hand, Mr. Taiwo? Here is there, the second one on the list. And please now unmute your mic, and then you will be on. Perfect. Let's go, please, Mr. Taiwo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, members of the Board of Directors of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC, distinguished fellow shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, the report of the Statutory Audit Committee is on page 33 of the annual report. Report of the Statutory Audit Committee in compliance with Section 404, subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, 2020, we confirm that we have A, reviewed the scope and planning of the audit requirements. B, reviewed the external auditor's management letter for the year ended 31st December 2025, as well as the management responses thereon. And C, ascertain that the accounting and reporting policies of the company for the year ended 31st December 2025 are in accordance with the legal requirements and agreed ethical practices. In our opinion, the internal control and the internal audit functions are operating effectively, and the scope and planning of the audit for the year ended 31st December 2025 were adequate, and management responses to the auditor's findings are satisfactory. In addition, the scope, planning, and reporting of the financial statements in compliance with the requirements of the International Financial Reporting Standard as adopted by the company. This report was signed by me as the chairman of the audit committee on the 16th day of March 2026. Other members of the committees are Mr. C. Ashara, Chief T.A. Adesiyan, MS T. Ibru, and Engineer R. Siraju. The company secretary, Mr. Mark Mannock, served as the secretary to the committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee, Mr. Akanji Taiwo, for the very precise presentation and report, and for the work done by yourself and all the members of the audit committee. The first item on the agenda is to lay before the members in general meeting the financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2025, reports of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee thereon, as are contained in the 2025 annual report, copies of which have been made available to you at this meeting. Dear shareholders, you have now the opportunity to ask questions relating to the reports and financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2025, together with the reports of the auditors thereon, now before the meeting. To ensure we give you the right answer, please refer to the exact page of the report and financial statements to which your question relates. So, and please raise your hands for us to be able to see who wants to ask a question. So I see Mr. Igburud, Mr. Moses Igburud. Please go ahead.
Chairman,
We can hear you, sir. Good morning.
good morning, Chairman. Good morning, the Managing Director and other boards. Good morning, fellow shareholders. It's a great opportunity again, once again, to be part of the 48th annual general meeting. First and foremost, we thank God that no matter how the circumstances, we are here as a company situation. First, I will put it on record that Total Energy is a lover of Nigeria. What do I mean? That despite everything over the years, you have been part and parcel of this country, and you have been treating shareholder well. But things have changed now. So haven't changed. You see that this year was very, very not very good, but yet we are happy that you were able to come out fully to let the shareholder know that, oh, these are the situation of things. Having said that, I want to raise a question or raise a particular question going forward. Go to page 7, result at a glance. Revenue reduced by 25%, and the company had a loss of 151% compared to 2024. Mr. Chairman, please, I will want you to give us a detailed explanation on how this bad performance, that is, can you explain this bad performance in your profitability? I hope you got my AGM, Chairman. Please, the dip in the profitability, what is the cause? Please explain it to us. Why this thing happened? That is one. Then the next one is, how will you and management which strategy are you putting in place to make sure that this thing did not happen again going forward? These are the main question I want you to answer, because I want other people to speak. I don't want to waste too much time, but I will place it on record that I have to really, really appreciate your set of your people, especially the company secretariat, your corporate, former company secretary, which is the corporate affair now. This is Modi. There has been a very good bridge between shareholders and the company. Please, let's keep it up, man. And we pray that God Almighty will continue to give the wisdom to the management, to the MD and the board to pilot and navigate the challenging time that we are facing in the downstream. Please, don't lose hope. Be part of it. Re-energize your strategy in order for us to sustain and navigate and make sure we come back in fully into dividend payments. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Igburud Moses is the name. I'm the elected national coordinator of Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Igburud. It was obviously a very important question. Maybe I can take a second one. I will answer two questions. Mr. Kachi. If you could unmute your mic and then you're on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Can you hear me?
Perfectly, loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, other board members present, regulatory authorities. Good morning. Let me congratulate the company for their performance, even though it was a loss position. But we can see silver lining in the sky with the first quarter results. We do appreciate the competitive environment you operated and the price war you went through. I know that by now you have been able to overcome some of these challenges, and we look forward that in 2026 results, it will be performance galore that will rub off all the losses and can do shareholders well. That even brings me to the issue. How do you intend to compensate the shareholders in view of the fact that they will not get dividend in 2025? Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kachi. I think both questions are quite similar, and I will try to answer as precisely and shortly as possible for sake of time. So indeed, the revenue of the company last year decreased by a bit more than 20%, and the volumes of products sold decreased even more than that. So this performance, which is obviously not satisfactory for the management of the company and for the shareholders as well, is the consequence of several factors. First one, as you all know, and you know better than me, there was a quite adverse macroeconomic environment in the country, not only in Nigeria, many countries, but actually we work in Nigeria. There is a quite challenging environment in the downstream sector in Nigeria. The supply was extremely complicated, extremely challenging. The volatility of the prices during the whole year was also generate major risks and adverse situation, because it exposed the company to stock effect, quite high and negative stock effects most of the time. As you all know, the downstream market in the country has dramatically changed with the refinery coming on stream. The flows, the market conditions has changed, and some operators decided to start price wars during the big part of the year, which had obviously a quite significant impact on our sales and also on the margins. This is unfortunately the situation we had to face, and I'm sure you are convinced, like me, that the management of the company and the staff of the company did his very best to try to mitigate the situation. And as Mr. Kachi rightly said during his when he asked his question, thanks to the work which was done last year in order to try to restore the profitability of the company, we can say that in the first quarter of this year, 2026, we have a very significant improvement of the profitability of the company, and it's really make us quite optimistic for the future. In order to be more precise, what do we do? What does the management and the management of the company and the staff of the company do in order to make sure that in the future your company will continue to be profitable? Obviously, the first one is to make sure that we work with one motto, which is operational excellence. So which is deliver the best services to our customers in the stations vis-à-vis our B2B, our general trade customers, to have the best products, mainly our lubricants, to make sure that the lubricants we sell are really in line with the expectations of our customers. Make sure that our service stations, our 510 or 11 service stations all across the countries, are the best service stations of the country in order to attract our customer and to make sure that our customers are happy. Also, we have to make sure that the supply of the company will be fluid. It was not the case in 2025 most of the time. It has really improved in the last months. So we have to work with all the stakeholders in order to make sure that it continues like this. And we have also to make sure that we manage our fixed cost, our administrative cost in a very, very precise manner. And the same for the cash management. And last but not least, continue to invest, to spend money, which is not spending actually, it's capital expenditure, in order to make sure that even if the environment is complicated for the time being, we keep investing for the future. We keep investing to have a sustainable profitability of your company on the long run. So this is what I wanted to answer to Mr. Igbrude and to Mr. Kachi. Maybe we can take other questions. I see on the list Gafar, Mr. Gafar, Erin, Mr. Gafar Erin Folami.
Thank you,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chairman, for the opportunity to contribute my little quota in this annual general meeting. Let me start from aviation sector. What's the percentage of our competitiveness in the aviation sector? That's number one. Number two, we experienced significant reduction in our performance. So what are we doing to revive that? So we have to identify what caused it. So I want to know the key drivers of the loss so that we can know the remedy, so that we can get into profitability. Then thirdly, are we looking in the direction of having a refinery? So let us look at that if it's part of our strategy to also compete well in the sector. Then lastly, on our administrative costs and staff costs, let us watch it. That is on page 44, note 10.2. So let us watch it. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this opportunity. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir. Maybe I can take a second one. I don't see anybody raising his hand. I'm sorry, it's our first. Maybe I can answer this one, and maybe some other people can raise their hands. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Erin Folami, for your question. So on the key factors explaining the performance in 2025, I think I've already answered this question, but I can be a bit more precise. To me, the first problem the teams had to face was the supply. The supply was complicated. It was the beginning of this new environment with the refinery coming on stream. So everybody had to adjust, and our supply was complicated. Complicated in two ways. First one, availability of product. It was not always the case during the period, but even if it has improved a lot at the end of in the second part of the year. And the second part related to supply is that there were a lot of price fluctuations during the year, and unfortunately, when there are price fluctuations as we had last year, we had to face a lot of stock effects, negative stock effects most of the time, which generated losses. So then when the supply is not absolutely in line with our expectations, obviously our stations are not fully supplied, and it has a third consequence, and the third consequence is that we have less customers in the service stations. And when I say less customers in the service station, it's for fuel, but also for lubricants. And dear shareholders, I know that you all know that lubricants, the lubricant business is a very, very important business for your company. And if there are less customers in the station, we sell less lubricants and we generate less margins. So this is more or less the very key factors which explained the performance of 2025. In terms of fixed costs, thank you also for this question, Mr. Erin Folami, because it gives me the opportunity or the possibility to say that our teams worked very, very hard in order to try to limit as much as possible the increase in the fixed cost last year. If I remember well, the inflation in Nigeria last year was at something like 23%. And as you can see in the report, and as you mentioned it, the admin expenses of your company increased last year of something like 20%. So it means that the teams succeeded to have a cost increase lower than the inflation, which is, I think, in this environment, in the environment of the country, great performance. In order to be a bit more precise, I can give you some explanation on the key elements explaining the increase of the fixed costs we incurred last year. The first one is salary expenses, salary adjustments due to the evolution of the purchasing power, of the degradation of the purchasing power. We decided to make sure that our people will have salary adjustments, and in January 2025 we decided to increase the salary of our people of something like a bit more than 30%. We also had to revise the benefit provisions in order to align with the December 2024 actuarial valuation. The depreciations increased also in a very significant manner, but I would say that this increase is a positive thing. To continue to be in line with what I said before, even if the environment is complicated, even if the downstream sector was really challenging last year, we have to continue to think for the future, and we have to keep investing. And obviously, if we invest, after a few years, we have to provide, we have to increase the depreciation. And this is the reason why last year, in 2025, we have more depreciation than before, because we decided in 2024 and before to increase our capex once again in order to prepare the future. We can see also an increase in the fees paid to professional consultants, and on this, the main factor is the IT services, and it's mainly related to Naira devaluation. But I'm sure that you all agree with me that we have to make sure that the IT system of the company are top of the state of the art, because it's key for the management and key also for our customers. And maybe the last point I would like to mention in order to explain the admin expenses increase is the insurance. You know that the premium rates for insurance increased last year in line with the Nigeria Insurance Act, and we have also higher insured value of assets resulting from inflationary pressure. So this is what I wanted to say on the cost and the key factors. Maybe we can take 2 or 3 questions. Maybe Mr. Akinlade. Yes, I see Mr. Akinlade.
Thank you, Chairman, for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is Matthew Akinlade, a patron of Noble Shareholders of that transition. First and foremost, I want to appreciate the board of our management of TotalEnergies for doing great work and for being investor friendly. Over the years, we have been having very good dividend in terms of return to investor. It's unfortunate that the year 2025 we are considering, we recorded a huge loss, which has to do with macroeconomic issues. I want to say a big thank you for the explanation you have given to those who have asked the questions on the cost. It is also good that when we saw the first quarter result, we are recovering and we recorded a profit. And we are talking of a profit of about 1.2 billion, which means this year we can look forward to a great improvement. You have answered questions on it, but something I want to ask on it again is that the performance of the first quarter, is it sustainable? And if it is there opportunity for us to receive dividend in next year? That's that. The second one I want to emphasize on is on lubricants and others. I believe the others has to do with solar. If we look at it, despite the fact that overall our revenue dropped by 26%, lubricants and others revenue increased by 30%. And even when we look at it relative to the total revenue, 2024, lubricants and others contributed 25% of the total revenue. And in 2025, it increased further to 31%, which is great. I also know that lubricants and others are not under control as such, and it contributes more margin even than the white products. So my question is, what is the company's plan to scale up the production of lubricants and solar, which increased by 30% compared with in 2024, compared with what we had in 2024. Again, are we seeing these items growing further? I know there are others that would like to speak. I think this is the area where I have my emphasis, growing the business of lubricants and solar, which is not like PMS that you have stiff competition. Thank you for the opportunity afforded me to make a contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akinlade, for your very good questions. First of all, on the performance of Q1, as I said, we are all happy to see that the situation has improved. very significantly during the first 3 months of the year compared to what we had last year as a performance. But let's try to be cautious and prudent, and let's see what will be the future. As I said, some of the factors impacting our profitability are not under our control. But nevertheless, if we continue like this for let's say two quarters, let's see whether we can do something on the dividends. But for the time being, we are happy, but we are only talking about the 3 first months of the year. So let's cross fingers. Let's work, and more that. Let's work hard to make sure that our customers are happy, that the supply of the company is properly done, very satisfactory manner, and then we will see what we can do for the dividends in the course of the year. But once again, congratulations to the team for the good performance delivered in Q1. Mr. Akinlade, you know very well your company, and you know perfectly how important are lubricants in our P&L, in our performance. And the team, the management, and the staff of the company work very hard in order to make sure that we continue to develop this business in several manners. Number one, we have to make sure that the range of products which is available for our customers in Nigeria is fully in line with their requirements. Number one. Number two, we have to make sure that we render the best services to our lubricant GT customer or B2B customers. We provide them the advices, the technical advices they need in order to optimize the use of their machines, of their equipments in the plants or on the road. It's extremely important. We have also to make sure that we work hand to hand with our dear distributors of TotalEnergies lubricants everywhere in Nigeria, in order to make sure that everywhere in Nigeria, all the customers, even in the remote areas, can have available TotalEnergies lubricants. We have also to make sure that the margins, the prices and the margins are in line with the expectation of the management of the company, in order to make sure that we deliver the expected profitability. So price monitoring, margin monitoring is also extremely important. And lastly, but once again, we have to make sure that we continue.
Hello.
We keep investing.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
We keep investing in our 2 blending plants in Lagos, in Kirikiri, and in Cocoa, in order to make sure that we continue to increase the production capacity and also the quality of the product we sell. So thank you for this question, Mr. Akinlade, because it was very key for us. This business, this lubricant business, is very key for us, and you have given us the opportunity to talk about it. So thank you very much for that. Maybe I will take 1 or 2 more questions because it's already 11:30. Martina Amadi, I see, has raised her hand.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. Madam, Mrs. Amadi? Yes. Could you please unmute? You're on.
Thank
Mrs.
you,
Amadi.
my chairman, sir. Good morning, my chairman. Good morning to the board and management and shareholders and all present, the press alike. My name is Martina Amadi, a member of Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Like we all know, it's been a very turbulent previous year, and all that you have said have been appreciated. we observed that the company still paid income tax of 1.4 billion in 2025, despite making a loss. I was wondering, why didn't the company take advantage of the provisions in the new tax laws, which exempts loss-making companies from paying income tax? That's my one question for today. Congratulations once more. Despite the loss, 70 years is not a joke. Thank you for the opportunity to answer my question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And maybe I will take a last question. Honorable, I see Honorable Bright.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Please.
Yeah. Hello.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, are you hearing me? Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead, Honorable.
I am Honorable Bright Nwabuogo. I am the chairman of Aba Shareholders Association. In a jiffy, I will round up with my presentation. Mr. Chair, I want to thank the staff and management of our company, TotalEnergies PSC, for what they've been doing. Mostly, we've been receiving fuels in Aba, and we are pleased with your stations here in Aba. I want to ask valid questions. One, what is the impact of the USA-Iran war on the company's operational and profitable cycle? I want to know how we are faring with that. Mr. Chairman, next year will be even more phenomenal. I want to ask another question. The second, what is the plan of our company to roll out long lineup of innovative products to develop and enhance service delivery in the energy sector? Mr. Chairman, the story of TotalEnergies PSC is a straightforward story, yet powerful, and with elite financial metrics, structure market dominance, and disciplined capital management. Why am I saying this, Mr. Chairman? I know we recorded losses, but I know Total, by next year, God willing, we are known for our robust balance sheet, financial management discipline, and well-positioned for sustained profitability and long-term growth. I want to thank you for the opportunity. God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable. It's 11:34. Maybe I just take a very, very last question in order to make sure that I will answer most questions possible. And what I see is Mrs. Adebisi Bakare will be the last question.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity given to me. My name is Bakare.
The line is very bad.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's much better.
Can you hear
It's
me
much
now,
better.
Mr. Chairman? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I said my name is Mrs. Bakare Adebisi. I'm the National Coordinator of Pragmatic Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, I would like to start my comment by commending the board and management for the completion of some of the projects, particularly the reconstruction and commissioning of flagship projects at Onigbagbo Station, Alapere Station, and Total House in Abuja. This is commendable, Mr. Chairman. I will also join the earlier speakers to commend the company secretariat for a well-coordinated annual general meeting and for timely response to shareholders' inquiry. Having said that, Mr. Chairman, I have only one question. My question is on page 44 of the annual report and account, page 44, note 9. That is on finance cost. Sir, our finance cost decreased by 0.99% but I noted that our net finance cost increased by 9.42%. So looking at it, it looks like the major component is the interest on bank overdraft, which we can see on page 64, increased by 41%. Mr. Chairman, can you explain this and what are you doing to reduce the finance cost going forward? Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Bakare. So maybe I will answer the three questions. So the first one from Mrs. Martina Amadi on the tax. Unfortunately, yes, sometimes it's difficult to understand because when we have losses, it's difficult to understand that we have to pay tax. But unfortunately, there is a difference between the accounting and the taxable income. And unfortunately, once again, these differences imply some tax to be paid. And to be even more precise, in Nigeria, we have to apply what is called the minimum tax. This tax is of 0.5% of the turnover, if I'm not mistaken. So it represents a total to be paid only for this tax of something like 3.8 billion naira. So this is the reason why, in spite of the losses we posted last year, we have to pay taxes in Nigeria. So this was the first question. The second one on the Middle East. As you know, the supply of West Africa, generally speaking, and in Nigeria, to be more precise, doesn't depend a lot on Middle East. Nevertheless, the crisis or the war in Middle East generated big variations in the price, international prices of the fuels, of the refined products, and it had an impact on the prices in Nigeria, as you can see when you look at the prices in the service stations. In terms of innovation, thank you very much for the question, Honorable Aboku. Because it's very important, and it's the reason why all the teams of TotalEnergies are really doing some monitoring on what could be done in order to propose to our customers additional services, additional products. And I was personally, to tell you the truth, in Asia 2 weeks ago in order to see whether we cannot see or find some new ideas, some new developments that we could implement or develop also in Africa and first of all in Nigeria. And the last question was about the fixed cost. The financial cost. On the financial cost, yes, there is an increase, and our teams are perfectly mindful of that. There was an increase last year, most likely because the working capital requirement of the company increased because the payment terms for the company to purchase the fuel has changed, and then it doesn't change in a positive manner, so it has generated additional financial costs. And the team is really working. The CFO and the treasury team is also working together with our banking partners in order to see what are the best conditions we can get from the market in order to benefit from the best market conditions. So I think this is it for the questions. The report and financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2025 have been laid, and members have been made comments and notations. We can move to the next matter on the agenda, and I really would like to thank our dear shareholders who asked questions to the management, to the company, and to me. I think it's very, very important for us to make sure that we answer your questions and you have clear view on the strategy, on the figures of your company. So the next item on our agenda is the re-election of retiring directors. In accordance with Section 285, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act and Article 90, 91, and 92 of the Companies Articles of Association, Mrs. Bunmi Popola-Mordi, Mr. Emmanuel Moranfer, Ms. Tejiro Ibru retire by rotation and being eligible offer themselves for re-election sorry. We shall proceed to the re-election of the retiring directors one by one. Consequently, I hereby move the motion that Mrs. Olubunmi Popola-Mordi be re-elected as a director of the company. Kindly indicate by using the raise hand function or the chat feature on the platform if you like to second the motion. So I see Fadekemis. This is it? Oh no, sorry. Kola Duro Jaiwe seconds. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor or against this motion please indicate by using the poll drop down on the platform? Very good. I declare that the motion has been duly. Sorry, just 1 second. So I declare that the motion has been duly carried and Mrs. Bunmi Popola-Mordi be and is hereby re-elected as a director of the company. Consequently, will someone please move the motion that Mr. Emmanuel Moranfer be re-elected as a director of the company? Bello Owoni Koko moves the motion. Kindly indicate by using the raise hand function or the chat feature on the platform if you like to second the motion. Sorry, I don't see anybody. It's Anne John seconds. Oh no, sorry, no. No. No, sorry, I don't see. So Mr. Taiwo, seconds. So I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor or against this motion please indicate by using the poll drop down on the platform? I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried and Mr. Emmanuel Moranfer be and is hereby re-elected as a director of the company. Consequently, sorry. Someone wants to say something?
Distinguished shareholders. Distinguished shareholders.
Consequently, will someone please move the motion that Ms. Tejiro Ibru be re-elected as a director of the company? I need to see. Sorry. Okay. Mr. or Mrs. Endozi. Moves the, sorry. Mr. Endozi second the motion. So now I put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor or against this motion please indicate by using the poll drop down on the platform? Perfect. Please, Company Secretary, can you confirm that everything's okay? The process is fine? Mr. Manak, Mr. Company Secretary, or MD, Mr. Condé, could you confirm that the process is fine?
We're fine, Mr. Chair.
Okay, perfect. So I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried and that, I repeat, and Ms. Tejiro Ibru be and is hereby re-elected as a director of the company. I now call on Mrs. Bunmi Popola-Mordi to say a few words on behalf of the re-elected directors. Bunmi, please. If you can unmute Mrs. Popola-Mordi. Okay, you're on.
Good morning, distinguished shareholders, members of the board of directors. On behalf of the other directors and myself, I'd like to say a very big thank you for granting us the opportunity to come back to the board to work for the betterment of this company and for the good of Nigeria and the world at large. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Popola-Mordi, and congratulations for your re-election and for the re-election of the other board members. The next item on our agenda is the appointment of a director. In accordance with Section 274, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, and Article 94 of the Company's Articles of Association, Mr. Wilfried Condé, being the director appointed since the last annual general meeting, hereby retires and, being eligible, offers himself for re-election. We shall proceed with the re-election of the retiring director. I hereby move the motion that Mr. Wilfried Condé, a director appointed since the last AGM, be appointed a director of the company. Kindly indicate by using the raise hand function or the chat feature on the platform if you would like to second the motion. I see Edodzi. Mr. or Mrs. Edodzi second the motion. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor or against this motion please indicate by using the poll drop down on the platform? Okay. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried and Mr. Wilfried Condé is appointed a director of the company. Congratulations, Mr. Condé. And I call on Mr. Condé to say a few words. Yes.
Good morning, dear shareholders. I thank you for the confidence reposed in me, and I will continue to do my best to move our great company forward. Thank you again.
Distinguished shareholders, the chairman will be back shortly.
Mr. Condé, are you there? Mr. Condé, we can't hear you. Could you put your mic? Could you unmute your mic? We can see you, Mr. Condé, but we can't. I cannot hear what you say. What you are saying. Is there?
Good. Mr. Chairman, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Perfect.
Okay. So I believe that you did not hear what I said before. So I would like to reiterate my thanks to our dear shareholders for the confidence reposed in me, and I will continue to do my best to move our great company forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Condé, and congratulations. The next item on the agenda is to disclose the remuneration of managers of the company in the annual report in accordance with the section 257 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. I hereby disclose that the remuneration of managers of the company can be found on the page 91 of the annual report. The next business of the day is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of auditors. Under section 408, subsection 1B of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, that their remuneration shall be fixed by the company in general meeting or in such manner as the company in general meeting may determine. I hereby propose that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix and approve the remuneration and expenses of the auditors for the year ending December 31st, 2026. Kindly indicate by using the raise hand function or the chat feature on the platform if you would like to second the motion. So Fadekemi seconds. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor or against this motion please indicate by using the poll drop down on the platform. So
Distinguished
okay. Perfect. I can see and declare that the motion has been duly carried. Item 6, election of members of the audit committee. The next business of the day is the election of members of the statutory audit committee as provided for in section 404, subsection 3 and subsection 6 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act. On your behalf, I would like first to thank the members of the audit committee for their services in respect of the last year's accounts. For the 2025 financial year, the members were Mr. Akanji K. Taiwo, Chief Timothy Adesian, Mr. Chiwandu Achara, Ms. Tejiro Ibru, and Engineer Rufai Sirajo. Your board has appointed the following two directors to serve on the audit committee for the financial year ending 31st December 2026. Ms. Tejiro Ibru and Engineer Rufai Sirajo. The company secretary received only 3 valid nominations from shareholders within the stipulated period, and the nominees are 1. Mr. Akanji Taiwo, 2. Chief Timothy Adesian, 3. Mr. Chinwendu Achara. Consequently, since only 3 shareholders are required to serve on the statutory audit committee, and there are only 3 valid nominations from the shareholders, there is no need for an election. I now move that pursuant to section 404, subsections 2 and 3 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, a statutory audit committee be and is hereby constituted with the following members until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting. Mr. Akanji Taiwo, Chief Timothy Adesian, Mr. Chiwendu Achara, Ms. Tejiro Ibru, and Engineer Rufai Sirajo. Kindly indicate by using the raise hand function or the chat feature on the platform if you would like to second the motion. Mr. Matthew Akinlade, second the motion. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Special business. Item number 1, directors' remuneration. The next business of the day is to declare and fix the remuneration of the non-executive directors. In accordance with Section 293, subsection 1 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, and Article 77 of the Articles of Association of the company, I hereby propose that the remuneration of the non-executive directors in respect of the year 2026 be and is hereby fixed at 1 million naira per director. Kindly indicate by using the raise hand function or the chat feature on the platform if you would like to second the motion. No, I need to see names. Mr. Kola Dorojaye seconds the motion. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor or against this motion please indicate by using the poll drop down on the platform?
Distinguished shareholders, the voting session is commenced.
I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Item 2, related party transactions. The next business of the day is to consider, and if thought fit, pass the following resolution. That, subject to the post-listing rules of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, namely the rules governing transactions with related parties or interested persons, a general mandate be and is hereby given for the company to enter into recurrent related party or interested party transaction, provided such transactions are of a revenue or trading nature or necessary for the company's day-to-day operations, and that the directors be and are hereby authorized to complete and do all such acts and things, including executing all such documents as may be required, to give effect to the transactions as authorized by this ordinary resolution. Kindly indicate by using the raise hand function or the chat feature on the platform if you would like to second the motion. Chibuzor Emmanuel seconds. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor or against this motion please indicate by using the poll drop down on the platform? Perfect. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this meeting. In conclusion, I would like to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you on behalf of the board for attending this meeting. It was our first fully virtual meeting, and for showing so much interest in your company's affair. I am really grateful for your patience, contribution, and advice to the company. I wish you all a very good rest. I wish you a very good rest for the rest of the day, and look forward to a better year ahead for your company in 2026. But as I said before, I have no doubt that together we are strong, and 2026 will be a good year for your company, dear shareholders. Thank you very much once again, and all the best to all of you.
Tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Righteous and righteous our land. Our day shall be a simple, truth and justice reign. It's all battle, and the victory comes and stay. Oh God, no man is on track.
You're muted, they can talk, I'm talking.
Yes,
against 387. If you go further, you will see healthcare.
Good day, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Please shut down the meeting. We're done.